Hey everyone, and welcome to Unfiltered Mindset, the channel where we take a deep, honest look at how the digital world is shaping our thoughts, behavior, and future. Have you ever wondered what hours of screen time every day are really doing to your child's brain? We often hear things like, "It's just a cartoon," or "all kids are on screens these days." But science is beginning to uncover a much more serious reality. In today's video, we'll explore how excessive screen time is affecting your child's brain development, their ability to concentrate, their future academic success, and even their emotional maturity and health. If you're a parent, teacher, or even a teen yourself, stick around. What you hear today might change how you look at your screen forever. Let's start with the brain, because that's where the story really begins. The most crucial thing to understand is this: a child's brain is still under construction. From the moment they're born until roughly the age of 10, their brain is going through some of the most important developmental changes of their entire life. It's laying the foundation for everything, from how they think, to how they manage emotions, to how they interact with the world around them. And this is where screens come into the picture, not as harmless distractions, but as potential disruptors. A massive, ongoing research project by the National Institutes of Health, called the ABCD study, began tracking over 11,000 children in 2018. What they found shocked even the researchers. Children who spend more than 7 hours a day in front of screens showed premature thinning of the cerebral cortex. Let that sink in for a moment. The cerebral cortex is the part of the brain responsible for critical thinking, memory, language, decision-making, and self-regulation. It's essentially the control center for how we function in the real world. And it was thinning, too early, too fast. That's not just a red flag. That's developmental interference, an interruption in the very blueprint of how a child's mind grows. But that's only part of the picture. Let's talk about the dopamine system, often called the brain's reward center. This system is activated when we feel pleasure, excitement, or satisfaction. And guess what triggers it in today's children? Social media likes, endless YouTube autoplay, fast-paced mobile games, TikTok's rapid-fire dopamine hits. Each of these things releases a surge of dopamine, creating a loop of stimulation that feels addictive, because it is. And over time, the brain adapts. It starts craving more of that fast, flashy reward. This constant stimulation rewires their brains, making it harder to find joy or motivation in real-life activities that are naturally slower, like reading a book, solving a puzzle, doing homework, or even having a face-to-face conversation. Children begin to lose their ability to sit with stillness, to focus on a single task, to follow through without being instantly rewarded. In other words, attention span shrinking, focus fractured, self-control undermined. They're not just getting distracted. Their very ability to stay present in the moment is being altered. And this isn't about blaming parents or demonizing technology. Screens are part of our world now. But the question we must ask is, how much is too much? And what are we trading for convenience and quiet? Because a distracted brain today could mean a disconnected adult tomorrow. Let's protect their focus. Let's protect their minds. Let's help them grow up whole. Now, let's talk about something we don't often connect to screens: emotional intelligence. Social media, gaming, and even endless YouTube videos are replacing real human interaction. But here's the problem: emotional maturity comes from face-to-face connection. It comes from reading facial expressions, sensing tone of voice, learning empathy. In a groundbreaking study from UCLA, researchers asked a group of kids to spend 5 days without screens at an outdoor camp. The result? They significantly improved their ability to read nonverbal emotional cues like facial expressions and body language. That's after just 5 days. Now imagine what happens when kids go for 5 years with screens as their main form of communication. The result? Increased social anxiety, decreased empathy, fewer real friendships, a growing sense of isolation. Screens can't teach your child how to navigate human emotion, only real people can. Now, let's not overlook one of the most visible, but often underestimated, impacts of too much screen time: physical health. First, there's the most obvious issue: lack of movement. The hours children spend in front of screens are hours not spent running, climbing, jumping, and exploring. And that matters, because outdoor play isn't just fun. It's essential. It builds motor skills, strengthens bones and muscles, and helps maintain a healthy body weight. But when screens replace active play, we see the consequences begin to show, quietly but consistently. Today, more children than ever are facing childhood obesity, poor posture, and even back and neck pain, conditions we used to associate with adults working long office hours, not 7-year-olds watching cartoons. And then there's vision, an area where the damage can be both rapid and lasting. Across the globe, we are seeing a dramatic rise in myopia, or nearsightedness, among children. Why? Because their eyes are being trained to focus only at close range, on tablets, phones, and laptops, for hours at a time. They're not looking into the distance, adjusting to natural light, or giving their eyes the variety of exercise they need. In China, nearly 80% of high school students are now myopic. And similar trends are showing up worldwide. These aren't just statistics, they're signals. Warnings. And one of the biggest is often missed: sleep. Many parents don't realize just how much screens affect a child's ability to rest. Screens emit blue light, which blocks melatonin, the natural hormone that tells the brain it's time to wind down. So when a child scrolls or watches videos before bed, even for a few minutes, their body's sleep signal gets delayed. The result? Poor sleep quality, or worse, insomnia. And sleep is not optional, it's foundational. Without it, a child struggles with memory and focus, mood and emotional regulation, learning and school performance the next day. It becomes a vicious cycle: less sleep, more screen time to stay occupied, even less energy to be active, and on it goes. But here's the good news: this is a cycle we can break. With small, consistent changes, screen-free evenings, more outdoor time, proper bedtime routines, we can protect our children's physical health and set them up for a stronger, more balanced life. Because their future bodies, and their future selves, are depending on us to make those choices today. So, after all this, you may be asking the most important question of all: what can we do? As parents, caregivers, and educators, we aren't powerless. In fact, we hold the keys to shaping a healthier, more balanced digital future for our children. The American Academy of Pediatrics provides some clear, science-backed guidelines. For children under 18 months, no screen time at all, except for video calls with loved ones. For children aged 2 to 5, limit screen use to just 1 hour per day, and make sure it's high-quality, educational content, preferably something you watch together. For older children and teens, the focus shifts to setting consistent limits, creating screen-free spaces, and actively monitoring what they're consuming. But beyond the guidelines, there are powerful steps we can take at home. Create tech-free zones, spaces where connection, not consumption, is the priority. The bedroom, the dinner table, the car ride home, let these moments be sacred. Establish a daily screen time schedule and stick to it. Consistency is key. It helps children build healthy habits that last. Encourage real-world play, sports, painting, reading, playing outside, building things with their hands. These experiences are not only fun, they're essential for brain and emotional development. Replace passive screen time with active family moments, board games, puzzles, storytelling, baking together, or just talking. These are the memories they'll remember, not the ones made behind a screen. And perhaps most importantly, model the behavior you want to see. Children are always watching. If they see you scrolling during meals, reaching for your phone the moment there's silence, or zoning out in front of a screen, they'll follow that pattern. But if they see you choosing a book, stepping outside for fresh air, putting your phone down when they speak, they'll learn something far more valuable than any app could ever teach. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about eliminating screens entirely, it's about reclaiming balance. Let's not wait until the damage is done. Let's start now, one habit, one choice, one moment at a time. Because the greatest gift we can give our children is not a screen, it's us. Let's be honest, technology isn't the enemy. Screens aren't evil. In fact, they've brought us incredible tools, resources, and opportunities to connect in ways we never imagined. But here's the truth, how we use them matters more than ever. Your child's brain is still under construction. Every swipe, every scroll, every moment in front of a screen is quite literally shaping how they think, feel, and connect with the world. So it's not about banning screens. It's about building balance. It's about creating boundaries. It's about choosing to be more present, on purpose. Because the greatest gift we can offer this generation isn't faster Wi-Fi or more screen time, it's the gift of real-life experiences, genuine connection, and the space to grow offline. If this video opened your eyes or gave you something to think about, I'd love for you to help spread the message. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with a parent, teacher, or teen who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching Unfiltered Mindset, where we unplug to reconnect. See you in the next one.